Join us every Sunday for an episode of the Digital Business Forum
at 2 p.m. PST, 3 p.m. MST, 5 p.m. EST, and 10 p.m. GMT.
This forum will feature successful, experienced digital business owners with inspiring information to help you make that informed decision about starting your own digital business. By starting your own online business, you will have more free time to take control of your life, create generational wealth, retire early, and make money from anywhere in the world with just your laptop, phone, and internet. If this resonates with you, don't miss this Sunday. Digital Business Forum. Be informed, be inspired.
All right. Hi, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching us from. People in Europe and Africa, and good night. So, if it's your first time to see me, my name is Dorothy. I'm originally from Uganda, currently in the United States, California, the proud digital business coach globally, an entrepreneur in Canada. That's a little bit about me. So, before we start, welcome to the Digital Business Forum. Be informed, be inspired. We do that every Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific time. We are sincerely that we are late today, but we showed up. That's the most important thing. Let me have David to introduce himself before we proceed.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dorothy. Good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching us. My name is David. I'm an advisor on cybersecurity and a digital business entrepreneur. Welcome to tonight's episode of the Digital Business Forum. Tonight, we have an interesting topic for you to discuss. For those that know us or that have been here before, you know we always have something to unpack about starting your own online business. And, you know, we come and share some nuggets for you to help you actually take advantage of this digital space. Back to you, Dorothy.
Thank you so much, David. And let's have David for a brief introduction before we proceed.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dorothy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching us across the globe. For those who are seeing me the first time, my name is Nakandi Juliet. Originally from Uganda. I'm a mother, I'm a wife. By career, I'm a professional accountant, and I'm a proud digital entrepreneur lying here in Los Angeles, California, USA. Over to you, host. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. That's the panelists we have today. And today we have an interesting topic. Actually, it's for everybody who wants to start a business. As David said earlier, that we always hear every Sunday just to highlight for everybody who's out there afraid of starting a digital business. Why digital business? Why always we are here every Sunday? So we are going to talk about why people fail in online business. And it's not what you think. Just stay tuned, get a cup of coffee, and let's have this closed today. So I should start with one of the, let's say, I should say it's the most common thing is jumping from one model to another. There's a lot of online businesses out there. We all know. Some are franchise, some are not. Some are Ponzi scheme, but well, you're going there as an online business. So most people don't fail business. They don't fail because online business doesn't work. They fail because they switch every 30 days. So 1 month, it's dropshipping. Second month, let's say next month, it's crypto. Then Amazon FBA. Then high ticket coaching. Then AI automation. So you're going to see that almost every 30 days, you're switching to one business to another. And you're not building a business. You are collecting opportunities. And listen, no seed grows if you keep uprooting it. Impossible. Every time you jump, you restart, like you reset your momentum, you reset your learning curves, you reset your audience trust. Then you say, it didn't work. how long have you been there? How long have you practicing for those who are successful in that specific field? And some people, they don't have the main biggest why, no long-term focus. And here is the real talk. Offline businesses take years to build. We all know that. Let's say when someone opens up a restaurant, they expect around, let's say 2-3 years before real profit. When someone studies, let's say nursing, engineering, law, you're going to find out this takes about 4 to 6 years. But online, people want results within 30 days, which is impossible. And it doesn't actually explode for, let's say, 90 days. They quit. After 30 days, it's not working. Jump on another one. It's not working. Jump on another one. It's not working. And when you think about it, if you're to open up an offline business, are you going to give it 30 days to jump on another one? And online business is not, let's say, a microwave success. It's farming. I mean, it's farming. Let's say you need, it's like farming. Any business, that's what I believe. You plant, you water, you build systems, you build skills, you build you build actually the trust with your audience, your clients. And most people don't stay long enough to see harvest season. They just plant, they don't water, they don't build systems, they don't build skill, and then they quit. And then they do quit. You cannot have this what you didn't know at the end of the day. Now, the other thing is confusing momentum with progress. Let's say buying courses is not progress. Posting every day is not progress. Watching YouTube for 5 hours is not progress. That is the momentum. And progress is making offers, having sales conversations, improving your messaging, testing or adjusting. There's a lot of things comes with that. And that revenue responds to quality at the end of it. And you will see that you're trying to sell to everyone. And this now comes actually to us. Most people, for example, like our business, personally, I like email, let's say to connect with immigrants because they resonate with me. I'm an immigrant, so they resonate with me. And then somebody can say, oh, why is only immigrants? There, you cannot sell let's say, a man's pants to a lady. It means the lady is your targeting, is your customer. So when you're looking for your customer, you're going to focus on ladies, right? Now, this one destroys to so many businesses. When we help everybody, you're going to see that it's not somebody who needs to focus on what, like you want to focus to everybody. You want everybody to be your customer, which is very possible. And specify, let's say, I should say that when you help, you're not supposed to help everybody. You have that specific, should I say, the specific targeting audience for yourself. It's not that everybody can do online business, but it's not going to be done by everyone. Actually, I hear that slogan, Juliet use it a lot, that online businesses, it's not for everybody, but it can be done for like everyone. You can do it. But at the end of the day, you as a person, what's the main biggest why for you to so that you can get the results? Because everybody can get results according to what they need. All right. So before I actually even proceed, let me just pass over to Juliet, and then we shall start from there.
You're muted, Julie.
You hear me right now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank you. Sorry about that. Thank you so much, Dorothy, for explaining this. So today's topic is quite very interesting, and at the same time, it's really very wide. So my side, I think why most people fail on the online business It's more about system and skills failures. You know, let's be very clear about something most people avoid talking about. You know, online business failure is rarely about motivation. That's what most people always say, but it's usually about missing those skills. Now, there are some core business skills that determine whether you grow or whether you struggle. Let's mention a couple of them. Marketing. Marketing is attention. If no one ever sees you, trust me, nothing else matters. Let's It's obvious, you know, if you're not, let me say, like, you're on the red carpet or you're in Hollywood or you're ever, if you're not marketing yourself, whom do you expect to see? Whom do you expect to offer you? Whom do you expect to get money from? So marketing is really very critical in any online digital business because that's where sales come from. And sales is conversion. Attention without conversion is just useless noise, you know? Content. There's so many ways we can make content from ChatGPT, from CapCut, from so many AIs that we can get content from. And when those people don't use it and you're not showing it to the people, trust me, content is authority. People don't buy from strangers. People buy from people they trust. And trust is really created. You don't come just one day and feel like people are going to trust you. No, they have to see how consistent you are, how reliable you are, how committed you are. That's how trust is built. And showing up every day on these online digital platforms, of course, maybe Facebook, maybe Instagram, maybe YouTube. There's so many social media platforms you can leverage on to create trust, depending on which one, you know, you're comfortable with, because any social media platform can, you know, like we had an instance this year when it was beginning, last year when it was beginning, when TikTok went off, right? Yeah, so some of us were affected. So you always leverage on different platforms so that your audience are not, you know, perturbed when you're off from one. Okay, what about offer creation? This is value clarity. If your offer is confusing, trust me, people won't buy. No matter how good you are, no matter how your product is packaged, people will not buy from you because you'll be confusing. Today you're doing this, tomorrow you're doing this, another day you're doing this. So confusion makes people to move away from you. And always, people might be willing to buy from you, but at that time when they come to you, maybe they're going through some hard times, family, you know, life goes on. But if you don't follow up on them, because most money is made after the first conversion. But what about when money is not made after the first conversion? Does it mean you're going to give up on them? Maybe at that time, they were maybe taking back maybe their children to school. Maybe at that time, they lost somebody. Maybe at that time, they didn't have money. So you need to follow up. In this online digital business, I've seen the power of follow up. People always like, oh, I've been seeing you. Or the other time I was not doing well. Now I've got a job. The other time I didn't have a job, but I saw you. So always follow up on the online space. You'll see how wonderful that is. But, you know, online business also isn't about luck. I always talk it over and over again. It is skills. And even when people start learning skills, many still don't see stability, right? Because this is where systems come in our online digital business, almost 80%, 90%, the heavy load has been done for you. So that means now the system is in the background doing the heavy load. But for the system to do that for you, you need to be stable, you know, because skill without structure still leads to burnout. You can't be working 24/7. Yes, we are running a global business all over Europe, Canada, US, Africa, you know, UK. But that means there must be something in the background that does that for you when you're sleeping. And especially when you're receiving these emails and someone's like, oh, at midnight, I got a buyer. At midnight, I got a lead. Or at 3 o'clock. That means there's a system in background that can do work for you even when you're resting, or even when, for us parents, we are taking our children to school, or we are cooking for our loved ones, or we are going out to have, you know, having fun. So there must be a system that is helping you do that. And once you don't have that system, trust me, nothing can go on. A simple business system looks like this. Traffic always leads to leads. That's a bit technical, but when you're in the online space, some of you understand it. Now, leads always are nurtured. Of course, in our business, you have we have mentors, we have coaches, we have a global community to nurture all those leads to do an offer. And every offer, like I said before, requires follow-up. But most people don't even have a system. That is now the contrary. They post randomly. Today they are posting about this, like how Coach Dorothy said. The other day they are posting about this. So when you post randomly, there is no funnel, there is no automation, and no tracking of numbers. Trust me, you're just confusing everybody. So hope is not a strategy. People line and people post. You have to be straight on what you want to align on. Like for us, it's straight online digital business where we leverage social media platforms and digital technologies to make money. As simple as that. That's where our niche is, right? But at the same time, you can have a system. You can have all those things that I've mentioned about. But once you don't have what we call data tracking, then also it can lead to your online digital business failing, because most people don't fail because they are not bad. They fail because they are just guessing. They don't know whether it's women who like them, whether it's men who like them, which age group are they following, which audience are they talking to? Is it from Africa? Is it from US? Is it nurses? Is it professionals? So most people don't fail because, like I said, they are bad. So you have to do what we call data tracking. And data tracking, there's a listing, like no weekly metrics, no idea what your cost per lead is, not even understanding of conversion rates. And I like this online digital platform because most of them, especially YouTube, especially Facebook and TikTok of recently, you are able to track all your leads. You're able to track your metrics. You're able to track your conversion rates. So you have to start understanding what these terminologies are. When you don't track data, you can't fix problems. You can only repeat them. So if like maybe I was tracking men and you're having like maybe 5 to 10, maybe, and yet you expected to have like 50, go back in the turmerics and see, okay, I was targeting female. How comes I'm getting men? Now that data helps you to make decisions that can help you to make whether what you're going to do on the online sales. So when you don't track data, you can't fix problems. You can only repeat them, and you don't measure, but you cannot. And what I mean, what you can't measure, you cannot improve. So always rely on your data tracking for good results to know. Like for me personally, in the online space, usually when I'm looking at professionals, or mothers, because I'm a stay-home mothers, because of this online digital business, I always want to know what are they keen for, what are they interested for, are they taking children to school, what type of, those are the information. That is the information that most of the time you want. And that is the hard truth. Even motivated people fail when they operate without structure. So, but when with strategy and skill, not sometimes deeper, but causes failure. So you have to make sure all those are put together to make that informed analysis of how you can go on the online space. Yes, that's it from me, my side. Dorothy, over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Juliet. I'm not going to dive into it. So let me just go straight to Mr. David.
All right. Thank you so much, Dorothy. And thank you so much, Juliet, for that elaborate submission. Nicely stated, and the points are very clear. Among other points we can look at to have this discussion nicely put are the psychological and identity failures, unrealistic expectations. Okay, so a lot of people that start these digital businesses have these are out there expecting fast success. All right, we keep telling people this is not a get rich quick scheme, or many of the businesses you see that people are running online, it's actual work. Okay, you start a business, you work it. Working it, like again, Julie stated, you collect data, you do marketing, you do all these things, sales. And this is not just information out there, but it needs to be analyzed. You need to be correcting here and there to make sure that this data helps you to make improvements and actually work the business. It's not, start a business and in a couple of weeks, you're killing it. No, there's no quick kill in many of these businesses. So unrealistic expectations come in, and that leads people to drop the ball. Now, comparing your chapter 1, if you're a new business owner, to somebody else's chapter 10, okay, you see people that have done or are doing the same business, but they have been here for quite some time. You'll find people that have been doing the same business for 5, 10 years. You come in, and of course, what you see on social media are usually highlights, you know. It's not much of the process they've gone through to work their businesses. So you might end up quitting when reality doesn't match imagination, okay? Because you're comparing yourself with other people that have been here. You're on your chapter 1 and they're on their chapter 10. Then we also have emotional instabilities, panic when sales drop, okay? Businesses can start working and you're making a bit of money, but in business, there are seasons. Some days are good, some days are bad. But people panic, especially if you've been employed and you've not run businesses before. When your business starts peaking and you're enjoying that gradual success, when things go down or when you realize drops in sales, a lot of people panic, you know. Now, doubt after 30 days, 60 days can crop in, you know, and that can be a factor that will lead a lot of people to drop the ball, seeking validation from friends. And, you know, you're talking to friends that have never run anything in life, but these are the people you're trusting to advise you on matters pertaining business. Again, that also can become an issue. So if your emotions control your business, your income will fluctuate with mood, definitely. So then we do have identity ceiling. You cannot earn beyond your self-image. If you still see yourself as an employee, you think like one. I'll repeat. If you still see yourself as an employee, you'll think like one. Entrepreneurs solve problems. So in business, you have challenges. And how you overcome these challenges is by strategically tackling them. Now, as an employee, you wait for instructions. So when you start an online business, nobody is going to come behind you telling you, hey, Julie or Dorothy, now you should increase your advertising budget, or you should now make an analysis of your data that you've been collecting over a period of time so you can see where to make improvements. No, this is all on you. And if it doesn't dawn on you that you're an entrepreneur and not an employee, and change your mindset, then it can become another problem. So income grows to the level of your identity. What do you see yourself as? Are you an employee or are you an entrepreneur? And that will determine how fast you move or where you actually end. Then we have some environment factors like negative friends. People we call our friends and family, okay? And there are people out there that seek for negativity. They'll go online and try to Google all the negative aspects of a business. There's no business that hasn't been hit by some kind of bad comment or negative energy from the public. Give me any business you might think of, Starbucks, McDonald's, they'll tell you something about the McDonald's burgers. Everybody has something they'll say about something, okay? But there are people out there, rather than looking for where the opportunity is and how to develop a business, they're just gonna look for all the possible, negative stuff they can find. And that affects how you see the business and whether you will succeed in that business or not. Family discouragements, okay? Many of our family members have also not started businesses before or are not running businesses. But these are people, and you would like to share information with them, or sometimes what your endeavors are, your successes or something. And yes, these people can also be a very big source of discouragement, okay? There are also businesses out there that have nothing like mentorship, no coaching, no mentorship. You find an opportunity, you dive into it, and you figure it out on your own. or as we say, look for these elements. Is there some kind of coaching? Is there some kind of mentorship? Okay. Is there some kind of training to help you? But mentorship and coaching is key because you now have somebody to hold your hand as you grow your business. So that's a key element to look out for. Now, show me your circle and I'll show you your future income. You've heard of that saying. Show me your circle and I'll show you your future income. If you're hanging around a circle of people that are not really progressive or not aiming higher than what looks normal to them, then it's going to affect the way you also progress in your business. All right. So most people don't fail because they lack opportunity. They fail because they haven't become the person required for the opportunity. And back to you, Dorothy.
Wow. That's amazing. Thank you so much, David. You know, when you spoke about the negativity, you spoke about the belief, I remember actually even the Bible. Go to 1 John 3, verse 5 to 10. I think so. It talks about belief. You will see that God helps you based on your belief levels, right? So if you will still get the results in there. So it's all about you as a person, and you will get to know that belief, trust me. That's the if you're all your minds, all even people around you all about negativity, my dear friend, work on yourself. And I thank you so much, David. Thank you so much, Juliet, once again. And I'm going to talk about just a second. Sorry about that. So thank you. And for today's topic, I do believe everybody, at least you should pick a point that treating online business like a side hustle, let's say like a lottery ticket, let's say, because many people treat online business like a lottery ticket. And if it works, good. If it doesn't, oh, well. But real business requires structure. They require consistency, as Juliet and David said. They require systems. They require your presence, most especially the first 12 to 24 months. It requires you. And you cannot build something serious with casual commitments. Of course, you will get casual commitments. Now, when we come to immigrants, we did move countries to play small games, right? If you are building online business and you want results, treat it like a real asset. It's going to pay you, trust me. And real businesses requires about 12 to 24 months of focus. So let me actually normalize something. First year is learning, second year optimizing. Most people quit before they even understand the game. And that's why a lot of people are losing online. And they want to harvest without building the roads. How are you going to harvest? Let's be real. And you will see that success in online business is all about skill based, and skill takes time. For example, you don't quit nursing school after 3 months because anatomy is very, anatomy is very hard, and then you quit. Then why quit businesses after 30 days, after 90 days? So that tells you that you need to focus, you need to work on yourself. Now, the question is, are you building a business or you're just testing your luck? I need it in the comment section. If you're building a business, visit any of our website where you're watching us from. Go to the bio, type in your name and email address. You will watch the 20 minutes info session. Let's work together. Let's build the possibility together. And anybody, any comment before we can pause?
Oh yeah, thank you. I want to talk about something that I've really learned on the online space here. One lesson that I feel people should put skills in themselves. They need to invest in them, because skills travel with you across countries, across continents, across industries, and even across seasons. Do you know that you can never, no one can ever fire your knowledge? No economy can even ever delete your skills. So when you have skills on the online business, you don't beg for opportunities. That's why opportunities look for us. And this is why this online digital business is very good for parents who want options, immigrants who want stability, and anyone who is tired of always starting over. Anyone hungry for change, because skills always beat hyper. Systems always beat motivation, and tracking beats guessing. And that's the power of the online digital business space. That's what's something I wanted to add on, Dorothy. Over to you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. David, anything else we can
Yes. Thanks, Dorothy. Just to wind up, I'll just encourage whoever is watching us out there that there are so many digital business opportunities, but it's key that you take an interest in doing due diligence. There are opportunities that don't give you much to do that, but there are also opportunities where you have to pay some kind of a fee to unlock a blueprint, to unlock information that is going to help you make that informed decision, and to also see whether this is something you're cut out to do. Many people don't want to pre-invest in opportunities when they say, okay, there'll be a training to help you understand what the business is all about, what the marketing strategies, compensation plans, and things of the nature. And they say, pay $149 or pay $100 here. It's risk-free. It will get back to your card in case you find that this is something you're not cut out to do and you're not ready to start. It sounds like a risk-free opportunity, but a lot of people still won't see the beauty of going that extra mile to do the research, to understand whether they are actually ready to do that kind of business. I think if you see any kind of opportunity that presents that, I would encourage you to take it on. Knowledge is power. Knowing will help you. You're better off navigating the digital environment or the business with some knowledge rather than blindly doing things because you see somebody's highlight on social media and they seem to be making a killing, but you don't even understand what's happening, what kind of processes and what's required to get it done. So with that, Dorothy, I'll pass the mic back to you. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you so much. So we have some comments down here. Sarah says, thank you so much. That was very helpful point to keep in mind. Thank you so much. And we have somebody here with Queensback, right? All right, that's what she says. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hope to see you next week, Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Time, 10 p.m. Europe, I think UK, right? Okay, so let's meet next week and just have a wonderful week and happy new month once again. All right, so bye-bye to everybody.
Bye.
Join us every Sunday for an episode of the Digital Business Forum
at 2 p.m. PST, 3 p.m. MST, 5 p.m. EST, and 10 p.m. GMT.
This forum will feature successful, experienced digital business owners with inspiring information to help you make that informed decision about starting your own digital business. By starting your own online business, you will have more free time to take control of your life, create generational wealth, retire early, and make money from anywhere in the world with just your laptop, phone, and internet. If this resonates with you, don't miss this Sunday. Digital Business Forum.